Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello to my 4 viewers. How are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me okay? If you can, just type a little confirmation or anything of the sorts.
We back live streaming again, mate.
So today joining me is going to be Papa Scare here. I shall bring him in when I see some folks pop up in the chat here, so I just know we're not talking to ourselves. Okay, so we have Cindy Cleveland says yes. Anyone else? Type of bonk or penguin. Any of the two will work. And welcome Papa Scare here soon. Rotsoil says you are talking to yourselves. Yeah, it says there's 5 viewers, but there's only 2 of you in the chat. That's surprising. Just before I bring on Papa Boy here, um, does my audio sound okay? Is it clear? Is it crisp? Is there any background noise that you can hear of anything of the sorts? Alrighty, well, I do think it's time to bring on Papa Scare here. I have him here ready for you folks. But before I do bring him on, make sure you give him a warm welcome and considering checking his stuff out after the stream. So without further ado, here's Papa Scare. He will be with us shortly. So how's everyone's week doing? It's been quite the week so far. So today I had yesterday I had Nitro Pepsi. Nitro Pepsi was really good. It's like nitrogen infused. While we're waiting for Papa, I want to tell you guys about Papa Scare from my experience. He is an Australian YouTuber. He's a really cool guy, and he provides really good quality content. I think I hear him. Welcome back, Papa Scare. If you would like to say hello and greet yourself.
Oh, I'm on?
Yep.
Oh, morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you doing today, Lucid?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been waiting all day to do this. I've been pretty excited. It's always nice collaborating and uh, bringing on people that I know here in the community. But why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what you do?
live or on YouTube?
On YouTube, like Papa
Okay.
Scare is a yeah.
Sorry, it's still morning, man. I'm not good
No,
at mornings.
that's okay.
I tell true scary stories in a vaguely Australian accent. That's what I tell people.
That's lovely.
That's yeah, it is vaguely Australian. It's a bit watered down, I think.
So, how long have you been doing this? I remember you came on around on the scene. I believe I could be wrong, but I first met you and heard of you around the end of 2020. And since
Yeah,
then, your stuff has grown exponentially, and I think it's a uh, really unique content that you do in your channel.
oh, thank you. Yeah, it was about March, April 2020 I started, but like I wasn't really I was active, like I was always pumping out videos, but I wasn't like on any social media or anything except for Reddit. I
Right.
think I only started getting onto Twitter and like reaching out to more people about halfway through the year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I probably met you towards the end of 2020, I think.
Yeah. And, since then, how have things changed from then till now, and what all have you learned, and what do you think you would tell yourself then? Something that you know now.
Ah, what I didn't know when I first started was when you edit the sound, wear headphones. So
Right.
if you go back to my really early videos, you'll hear lots of mouth noises that I didn't edit out because I couldn't hear them. Yeah, not much really. Like I always went in with the attitude of be patient. Like eventually people will come, and it has happened that way.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
sure there's other things, but I can't really think at the moment. If
That's
anything
okay.
pops up, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. Oh, hello, Anonymous, and hello, Vendetta Dylan. How's it going? Now, I think what you brought up about when you first started, you didn't use headphones. That's actually pretty funny because I remember when I first started, back in 2019, technically, I abandoned my channel after like 2 weeks because I didn't know what I was doing. But when I first started, my very first video, it's like awful because I had like a tablet that I recorded on, and uh, I just assumed that people, I knew that there was some type of like obvious post processing editing and stuff, but I didn't know how to do that, and I didn't know what
Right.
that was. So I just recorded it on an iPad and in a movie thing, like a movie editor, and I just slapped the audio on there. I didn't do anything to it. So like
Oh wow.
pretty much for the whole video. So it's like about March 15th and so forth and
The
all that.
breathing.
Yeah. So I leave it up there as a reminder from how far I've come. Because if you listen to that,
Oh man.
because
I
I've
know
had some,
exactly what you mean.
yeah, because I've had some people complaining about the breathing and
The breathing.
the slap sounds and all that. So
I
it
actually
is crazy.
practiced a lot before I went on. Like I used to record myself with my phone, and I remember there's so much breathing, and it was so fast. Like I just blurt out whole sentences and then take a huge deep breath and then smack my lips. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I've got them all saved. They'll never
Yeah.
be heard by anyone. They're just awful.
No, yeah,
Before I
no.
actually,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
before I did my first one, I practiced a lot by recording and trying to get my tempo down. But I also did some volunteer work for what are they? LibriVox,
Yeah.
the public domain books recording thing on the internet on the internet.
Right.
It is LibriVox, isn't it? I can't remember. I haven't done it in so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did. They helped me with the sound levels and everything. So that I had a bit of a head start with that. But yeah, man, it was terrible. The gasping, so much gasping.
Yeah. Something else. I'm like,
LibriVox,
what happened?
LibriVox,
Yeah.
LibriVox. I don't know how you pronounce it,
I
but yeah.
remember when I started editing more, when I was like researching like everything that you need to
Mm.
know to like, get this sound a certain way and how to cut out and silence the breathing and stuff. Before that a little bit, I got comments complaining about the breathing and about the sounds. So I got super self-conscious when I was recording. So it would some of the sentences would run off because I would take like a deep breath before the sentence, and I would just keep going until I ran out of breath because I didn't know what to do at the time because I didn't know that you could edit them out. So it just sounds like I'm constipated.
Oh, that reminds me when I started. When I started, I didn't think of I wanted to get it right the first time. So if I made a mistake, I'd stop the recording, go back, get rid of the mistake, and then record it again. It was ridiculous. It would take me so long to do one story. Because you knew you make lots of mistakes, but like if you keep stopping and going back and doing it again, it takes like 10 times the normal time.
Exactly, because you're consciously trying to fix that one mistake, so your brain's just automatically then gonna keep screwing it up.
Yeah, yeah, it keeps on
And
making a mistake again.
and after each time of doing that, from my personal experience, when I would chop down like the audio and all that, the video comes out to 13, maybe 20 minutes, but the entire time you're recording, it turns out it's like 30 minutes to an hour long, because or
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah.
time it takes editing it is like 10 times longer than you would if you just kind of repeated a sentence and then kind of go
Yeah,
back and cut the
definitely.
part out. And it's
Took me
just it just
so
for
long
this
to work that out.
ridiculous amount of time. I remember it took me 30 minutes to just do one sentence. And I'm like, am I just having a stroke or am I not good at this?
Yeah. Oh man, I do not miss those days. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Terrible. I used to also cut the end of sentences off too. Like if it
Yeah.
had a weird noise, like I wouldn't listen properly, but I could see it on the Audacity. And oh, there's a big bump there. I'm just gonna cut that off. So like my sentences would be weird, like a word would end really abruptly a lot of the time, just because
Right.
I cut out noises. Oh man, I'm surprised I got any viewers. It's just terrible.
My microphone evolution has evolved greatly. Uh, if you go back to the other, it sounds like I'm underwater in like a submarine or something. Because I was using this god awful like cheap gaming headset, and I was using like so the funny thing is that it didn't have like the traditional mic that's like on the side of the headset. The microphone was literally inside of the earpiece. So
What?
yeah, it was so for like however long it took me to record, it was just me with the freaking earpiece up to my mouth recording. And it had like
Over time, that'd get stinky.
yeah, it just was horrible. Like I can't describe it. Like it was so uncomfortable because my neck would start hurting because I had to bend my head a certain way so it didn't bump the thing accidentally. So it'd just be me
Uh,
there for like 30 minutes straining my neck trying to record something.
My first mic was pretty terrible too. I got like a package deal with like the boom arm and the pop filter. I got all that and this terrible, terrible mic. And like I had to move the cable around to get it to record clearly, otherwise it'd be full of static. It was
Oh
just the
wow.
worst thing ever. Did you used to also stand? Do you stand up when you record, or you sit down?
It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. To be honest with you, pretty much everything I've recorded on my channel has been me sitting down. I know from vocal lessons that it's better to stand up. Obviously, when you do type of singing and recording, because you have better like diaphragm support and better like breath support. I do notice when I do stand when I record, I can like have more breath in the sentences that I read, so like I don't have to keep stopping as much to breathe.
I used to stand up when I first started, but I used to also drink a lot. And the bad thing is, it'd be at night, and like I'd be so drunk that I'd fall asleep and knock into the mic, like constantly. Have you ever fallen asleep drunk while standing up and recording something? It's ridiculous.
I can't say that I have.
Yeah, it's not recommended. You get a big surprise when you hit the pop filter, and it makes like a
Yeah.
boom sound.
Yeah.
If you listen to like my first camping video, I was very, very, very drunk throughout the whole thing. I don't drink when I record anymore though. But
I
yeah, bad
I have
times.
redid a few times, and I don't know. For me, I have like ADHD and stuff, so like I can like hyper focus on something, and
Mm.
I had way too much to drink one night, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record a story, so I'm just plopping into my chair, bonking into my mic and into my freaking monitor, trying to open up Audacity, and then I opened up a
Oh, the
story.
monitor.
Yeah, and when I went to record, it was like I wasn't drunk anymore, even though I severely was, and I could hear
Uh.
how dumb I was sounding. But when I went to record, and then when I went to edit it the next day, it sounded completely fine. It was the
Oh,
weirdest
really?
thing ever. Yeah,
Oh,
and
lucky you.
I think actually, ironically, the audio that I recorded was I think for a collaboration I sent to you.
Oi, what are you doing? That's not nice.
But I went. and I re-recorded half of it because at the end of it, I just started falling asleep listening
Yeah.
back to it. I don't do that anymore, nor do I condone it because you'll get random
No.
surprises when you like listen back to the recording.
It's bad when you edit drunk too. I used to do that a lot too. So if you go back to my old videos, there's lots of mistakes left in because I wasn't really sober when I was doing it, and you fall asleep a lot. I've stopped drinking a lot since then. I think that was like near the start of the lockdowns and pandemics. I was drinking a lot back then, so it's not entirely my fault because of
Well,
the plague.
the
I'm not
plague, yeah,
responsible.
the
Yeah,
plague.
I'm
That
not
sounds
responsible.
horrible.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Oh man, so many terrible recordings.
I can tell you, I have a whole like downloads folder of just like record. Like, see, the thing is, when you go like to make the Audacity files, I don't really type a name for them. I just kind of do random letters and stuff. So when you go back trying to find something, you're like, oh, which one was it?
Dude, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
I'm just like so like quick to wanting to do from one thing to the other. So like I end up just
Ah,
like, all right, audio file done, click click click, go to my video editing software, click click click, and then so forth. But the thing is, I used to, and I'm starting to again. I used to get things done like really fast in like a really weird short amount of time,
yeah, but then you can't find them later, yeah.
right? But since
So
then
you
I've
save time doing them.
yeah. Since then though, I like type like little like acronyms or like abbreviations to know which video is which now. So I'm not having a stroke trying to find like three different pieces of audio and a mass folder of freaking files.
My God, how do you live like that? Nowadays I type out the author's name so it's easier, and then a
Right.
description of what I'm going to look for pictures because I do a picture for each story,
Yeah.
so it's easier for me to do the editing. Otherwise, it takes forever to find pictures. But yeah, wow, I don't know how you're living like that. It's craziness.
Yeah, I don't know to be honest with you, just sheer will. Um
Pure will to survive.
but I think the fun of the editing process is seeing how not necessarily quick, but how efficiently you can get it done in a short amount of time. If you have like a collab that you have a deadline to meet or anything of the sorts. I remember it used to take me like no joke like 8 hours because I would meticulously like scroll into the freaking audio wave and try to find the little mistakes because like I
Whoa.
can hear certain
You zoom
words.
in? Yeah,
Sometimes,
you
yeah.
zoom in to find the click, yeah? Yeah, I
Yeah.
still do that sometimes. I had to do that a lot more when I had condenser mics. Now I'm using dynamic mics, I don't have to do as much, but oh my God, I used to, for maybe like a 5 minute story, I'd zoom in to get every little mouth click. It would take forever.
Yeah, but the
I
end
know
result was
exactly what you're
really
talking
good.
about.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't. Mine was subpar.
At least it's the effort that counts. But I remember I started getting really good at it. Like at the end of a sentence, you hear like, and you know, you can either try to noise reduct it or you can try to like negatively amplify it. But the only downside to that is it'll cut. Oh, hello, Cryptic Wanderer. Welcome, welcome. He's a really good author. Good author. Good author. I recommend them.
Oh.
But as I was saying, um, yeah, like I remember it just got to a point where it was like I was on crack. Like I was trying to find, this little like indifference and then yada yada yada. And then like I'm like, it's not even that worth it anymore. But since I switched to a
Mm.
dynamic mic, it's so much better.
So much better. I'm so happy I did. So happy I did. I recently just upgraded and got a cloud lifter as well, so I'm still trying to work
Oh,
that out. Yeah, now I have to be a bit further back from the mic because it's getting like a lot of hiss and stuff. So I have to readapt. But yeah, always got to upgrade.
but
Always
what I
upgrading.
do is, and what I recommend to you,
Mhm.
so I'm using a USB microphone right now, but I run a software that kind of acts like an XLR type thing, and it's called Voice Meter Potato. It's free. It runs through like an audio cable, so like I have active noise gate. Um, I can like sound like I'm underwater, kinda. I can run it through like all different types of things. I don't know if it's playing back to you guys or to you, Papa, but like there's like a voice modulation on it, and
What?
yeah, and it sounds like I don't know. You can do like different sound effects and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That is very cool. I always have to do that manually with Audacity. whole lot of guesswork.
Yeah, it has a built-in noise gate, and what that does is, um, after I talk, there's
Oh,
no really like background sound or anything, and it gets rid of like any type of microphone like hiss or whatever. It's really cool. You can control the gain manually from the mic. There's also
nice.
limiters, so like if you like scream, which I'm not gonna do because it's like nighttime here, it will
Mm.
limit it at a certain threshold, and it won't go over that.
Oh, cool. Oh, I've got it on screen now. I'll have a look at it. Have
Yep.
a play around with it. Nice. That is very useful. Because yeah, I get a hiss if I knock my cable, or if it's too close to the amp, I'll get like a hiss. Dynamic mics
Yeah.
are very sensitive, I found.
Oh yeah. Like if I took off this windscreen I have on my mic, you would go deaf if my mouth was right at the freaking microphone.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta watch your S's. You definitely gotta watch your S's. It took me a while to work that one out.
Yeah, what I typically do is that um I like put my finger like in the middle like of my lips,
Mm.
and it kind of stops it from going like a you know.
Oh, that's a good idea. I just try and be conscious, but I forget half the time.
Yeah, so when I go like so so it kind of reduces it a little bit.
Oh, that's a good trick. I'll try that. So many tricks.
Hello, Possessed Radio. How are you doing?
Hello. We got five
Welcome.
people now.
Oh yeah. We had like
I think
eight
one of them's
earlier.
me, though. I think one of them's me because I've got it open to see the comments. So we got five now. Look at that. Six. Nice.
Cryptic Wanderer says, doing okay. Kind of took a step back from writing. It's been healthy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back and taking a breather. Rest is good indeed. What do you do for rest, Papa Scare, when you feel burnt out?
I haven't had a rest for a while. I've got a family, man. Like, there's not really much I can do.
Right?
Feeling burnt out. Well, the thing is, when I have hobbies, I still push myself too far with them. Like my whole drawing everyday thing. I kind of want
Right.
to take a rest, but I kind of want to keep going for a whole year. I don't know, man. I get obsessive with stuff. Feeling burnt out. Yeah, usually go for a run. Running is good. Go to the park, do some juggling if the weather's good.
Ooh,
Um,
juggling. What are you juggling?
yeah. Balls. I'm trying to pick up clubs. I also spin poi, and I do rope dart.
Ooh,
I do a
nice.
range of things.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Juggling has always been an interesting skill that I see people have. It's kind of, I can't do it, but it's really cool when I
It
see other
takes
people do it.
practice. Takes practice, and just gotta keep going with it. The thing is, like, it's kind of like a form of meditation. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a bit jittery. I don't think I can't sit still enough to do meditation, so I do like active movement meditation. So
Right.
to me, like, that does get me centered. That does get me like in that mindless state. Spinning poi, juggling, doing the rope dart does help to focus and just shut everything off. I've tried meditation so many times, I always fall asleep. I just can't do it. My mind's always going too fast.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know how that feels. Like when I would record, I couldn't sit still, so like in the background you just hear me like tapping my fingernails aggressively or clicking the mouse rapidly, trying to look back to the story in Audacity to make sure that they're both working.
uh, yeah, I think when I was a kid, I was supposedly had ADHD a little bit. I don't know if I still do. I probably do if I'm like that. Um, yeah, it
Well,
was
ADHD
borderline. It
is
was always said
actually
borderline.
it's a actual like a natural chemical imbalance in, well, not natural, but
Mm,
it's a chemical imbalance in the brain. I
mm,
could be wrong, but I'm pretty positive that once you like if you're diagnosed with it and you do have like an actual diagnosis with it, I'm pretty sure it's something that's like with you like lifelong. It
yeah.
can be better in certain aspects of your life,
Mm.
but I know that they do medicate people a lot on that kind of stuff. But there's like
Yeah, I don't know if I was
overall,
ever diagnosed with it.
right,
I just remember my mum saying I had it when I was a kid, but she might have just been saying that because it was a buzzword back then, because I'm quite a bit older than you.
right.
Like things were different back then. So I don't know, man. I just know I'm jittery sometimes.
Yeah, we can all be a bit jittery, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know why you have to put a label on it.
Right.
Not you. I just meant my mum's when I was
Oh yeah,
growing
no,
up.
I'm autistic and stuff, so
Mm. Ah, well, we're all different, eh?
oh yeah, we're all special.
But I think with all of our specialness gives us uniqueness too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. If everyone was the same, it'd be boring. It'd be like living
Exactly.
in Japan.
Oh no.
I've lived
How
here
is
too
it
long.
like
I get bored.
how how is it like living in Japan?
Um, yeah, sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's a bit dull.
How so
Just
dull?
depends on what you're doing. They don't express themselves very much,
Right.
just in general. So, like, I miss having small talk at shops. Like, you go to a shop and you talk to someone when you're paying for something. You won't get
Right.
that here. Just little things. I miss them. Like, I miss people saying what they really think. So, I don't know. It's different here, especially the work environment.
Yeah, yeah. Usually here in the U.S., it's definitely bipolar in its uniqueness. Uh, maybe today something there's a house that's burning down the next day. Somebody's trying to break into like the White House type thing. It's
Mm.
very like I don't know. It's a lot of controversial stuff, which I won't really get political about or anything, because that's a no no, not around here.
Mm.
But I do think that this country is very interesting in its worst and best ways.
Mm. Yeah, I enjoyed it when I visited back in 2018.
Oh, where did you
It's
visit?
fun. I went to flew into Sacramento, then went to Reno, then I went to Burning Man for a week,
That's pretty cool.
and then back. So I'm hoping to go to Burning Man again next year. Hopefully, hopefully this pandemic's died down a bit more.
It's in a weird way. It's like it feels like it's non-existent here.
Yeah, it felt like that for a bit until my whole family got corona recently.
Yeah,
Like not last week, the week before. Both my kids and my wife all had COVID. So, and I didn't. I had to hide upstairs and lock myself in my room for a week because I was
right.
still quarantined. So, but I survived. I didn't get corona.
That's
My goal
good.
is to be the last person on earth to get corona because we're all going to get it eventually.
Oh yeah, I know that a lot of my friends are like, oh, I'm not gonna get coronavirus, and then they get it like in a few months.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm definitely not going to get it. Like, I survived a week with a house full of corona people. I'm not going to get it. I'll be the last person on earth.
Till the plague finds you.
Yeah, I'll give up. But if I'm last, I'll give up. I'll say, all right, now's the time. The annoying thing is, though, like everyone I'm talking to kept on telling me, oh, just go get corona. Just go downstairs without all your protection on and get sick. Like, why would I want to get sick? People are just
Exactly.
heartless. Talking to my family back home. Oh, just go get corona. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's like it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Just go get the plague. No, I'm fine. I'll be last.
I will say though, during that time,
Mm.
I have learned a lot.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, because I was in high school at the time still, and
Oh, wow. What was
um,
high school like back then?
it
Did
was
you?
awful.
You didn't get to go, yeah?
No, I didn't get to complete my senior year or my junior year.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I remember it was 2020. I was halfway through my junior year of high school, and we were all talking about. I remember it was really scary at first because we were like, "Oh, it's not gonna happen. It's just gonna be normal, like Ebola things." And
Mm.
after that, I remember there was a rumor in the school that the school was gonna shut down for, like 2 weeks, and we're like, "Oh, whatever, it's not gonna happen." And then I remember a few days later, we were all like in the lunchroom, and literally they said school will be suspended for 2 weeks. Get out, essentially, because they're explaining with the coronavirus issues and all that. I don't know if that word triggers something in the YouTube algorithm. I'm just gonna call it the plague from now on.
Yeah, let's just call it
um,
plague.
but with the plague, they said that which didn't make sense to me because they said that the incubation period is 2 weeks. So if these kids are going out there, they get it, and then they come back, the whole school's gonna be infested with the plague.
That's exactly what happens here. Like my kids go to primary school. Like one kid in their class will get it. They'll shut down that class, just only that class for 1 week, and then come back, and then of course more people are going to get it.
Right.
It just keeps on spreading. But yeah, it's pretty soft now. It's not too bad anymore. Like they just had a bit. They felt bad for 2 days, and then they were fine and noisy and coughing for the rest of the week. So
Right.
it's not as bad. The plague isn't as bad anymore. But yeah, going through high school must have been rough. You didn't finish your education then, yeah? Or you only got
No,
subpar?
no. I finished it through and through.
Mm,
We had to do online schooling. They gave the whole well, my county, they all gave them like free like laptops and stuff.
mm.
And then we had to return them at the end of the year when we graduated. But I didn't get to experience a senior year, that most people do.
Mm.
So I never will really. High school was poopy for me anyway. I didn't really like it, but
No, I didn't like it.
it was one of those things that I don't know. I don't really feel that much sadness on because I didn't really like high school in the first place.
I didn't. I didn't even go to my graduation. I went to my mate's place and got stoned. I did not like high school at all. Could
But I
not
did.
care less.
Yeah, but I graduated though in person at my
Mm,
high school, and then they gave me my degree, and I was out of there last year.
mm, mm. Nice. Look at you, fresh off the boat.
Oh yeah, I've been living on my own now with my with my partner. Um,
Damn, man, that's awesome. You're straight out of school and straight living on your own.
yeah. I
Nice.
I
That's how
earned a
you do
lot
it.
of money from COVID, from the IRS that I dislike and like at the same time. Um, but that got me like a kickstart to save a lot of money and stuff. So I was working probably for that year, and then I signed a lease on my own place,
Yes.
and I'm moving into a townhouse next month. So that's exciting.
Wow, look at you, so adult.
Yeah,
You're
I think I'm
so
doing
adult.
okay. I'm not homeless
You're
yet
doing
or
very
anything,
good,
so
man. No, you won't be. If you keep up like that, you'll be fine. I didn't move out till I was like 21, I think. I was ready to move out when I was 16. But yeah, I don't. After I finished high school, I was telling people I was a waiter, but really I was just waiting for the unemployment checks. Oh, really? What restaurant you work at? No, I'm just waiting. What did I do? Yeah, I used to go to just used to go to raves a lot. I just used to stay at home and then go to parties on weekends and then stay at home and then go to parties on weekends. It's pretty sad, really. I had a lot of fun, but yeah, kind of wish I went out on my own. But
um,
now I'm definitely on my own.
Possessed Radio says Lucid has his life more together than me, and I'm 30. Haha. Um, I wouldn't say completely together like glue. There is still a little bit of cracks that I do have to patch every now and then.
Dude,
But
you're getting a townhouse.
when I say it's like a townhouse, it's not like a massive townhouse, but it's like you can fit like maybe like a small African hut in there or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello, Dodge the
Uh,
CD2. But yes,
oh,
we
hello.
succeed on we can succeed in whatever we do as long as you are adamant about it and don't really slack on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't slack, don't complain. Just get it done.
Possessed
But yeah,
Radio
it's very
says, I
impressive.
have a doctorate and I'm couch surfing. What does the term couch surfing mean? Like, are you looking for couches? Like,
They go from one person's house to another person's house living on their couch.
oh, I'm pretty dumb. Okay. Uh, Someone says, Lucid, turn up your volume a bit. Okay. Is this better?
How's my volume? I'm self-conscious now. I used to get that complaint a lot when I did collabs on bigger channels, like my volume was too loud, too low. So I'm always like really worried about volumes now.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty good with my gain and stuff. Like I know which is too loud and what's not too loud.
Yeah, I just used to have it quiet because of the condenser mic. Like you have it too loud, you get all the other noises. Plus, I live on a main road with
Right.
really thin walls, so it used to pick up all the car noises.
Oh,
So
I
I've
hate
always
that.
recorded really, really low. Yeah.
That's kind of what I
Or,
used to do with my other microphone, my Blue Yeti, because where I live I'm not gonna accidentally dox myself here, but outside of my building, of the window of my room, is the like general area of the town that I live in, and you can hear cars going by and freaking people revving their cars like you can hear that in the background, and it's
Yeah,
so horrendous. And when it
yeah,
rains, I mean it freaking rains. Like you can hear it slapping
yep,
on the window shield like crazy.
yeah. I've got like basically outside my window is a red light, and this road there's lots of this is like the main road for ambulances and trucks, and it's really really annoying. But yeah, as you said, with the rain, oh, rain was the worst with my blue snowball. That was awful.
There's something even worse here too that is a distraction. It's drunk college kids screaming at the top of their lungs and talking about doing controlled substances at 3 in the morning.
Nice. That's awesome. I used to have a 24-hour restaurant across the road from me, so I used to have dickheads out the front smoking and yelling too. But that's shut down since because of Corona. They couldn't because of the plague. They couldn't be open 24 hours anymore, so they went bankrupt. Happiest day ever. My family was upset. I was very happy. So
Possess
yeah.
Radio says when I started podcasting, I was in Flint in a crummy apartment behind the highway. In the early stuff, you can hear sirens, crashes, and gunshots. Oh my god,
Gunshots, nice. How
that's
authentic.
scary.
That's real horror. Some really gritty recording there.
um, and the building I live, when you go out the back, there's this creepy alleyway that looks something
Nice.
straight out of a horror movie,
Mm,
and my apartment is by that side of the um that alleyway. So like at nighttime, I was home alone one night, and I
mm.
hear screaming, and I heard like what sounded like gunshots. Like the sound when you smack two bricks together. It sounded like that, and it was pretty scary.
Wow. That is pretty scary.
I'm like, well, I'm
My
not
f-
sleeping tonight.
that's terrifying. We don't get gunshots randomly in Australia. My first house in Australia, we used to live on top of the real estate agent we rented from.
Right.
So that was fun. And that was on a main road too. And one time basically we were on this big intersection and one time I was at home alone. And my bedroom, I had the master bedroom at the front, which was facing the main road. And I was really, really stoned. So I was like really paranoid and I was by myself. And I was trying to sleep. And then I hear like this kind of noise coming towards the window. And it gets close. And I hear this, oh, 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 just chanting going past my window. It was terrifying. I could not sleep after
Scary.
that. It was really scary. There's like three, four, maybe five guys just walking past the shops where I lived, just chanting, oh, oh,
That's
oh.
terrifying. Jesus. That would send me into a psychotic episode.
Oh man, I was home alone. The place wasn't the most secure house either. Like it was probably would have been really easy to break into.
Really?
That's all I hear. Yeah, it wasn't the best. Wasn't the best place.
That's terrifying.
Oh man.
Oh my god. No, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I
I didn't sleep.
remember where I used to live, which was in a scary part of town when I was living with my
Mm,
mom.
mm,
And it was in a town of folks that live in the woods. So it was probably about maybe 8 o'clock. I was left home alone, and you know, there's been reports of like stuff around that general area where like people's houses get broken into, and X, Y, and Z, that type of thing.
yeah.
And I was like, man, I sure hope that's not going to be me, because it was Halloween, mind you.
Oh,
And um it was probably about midnight. I was getting ready to go to bed. I was tired. I was going back from trick or treating and stuff. And my mom called me home for dinner because, on Halloween we would, have like a late night dinner and like eat treats
mm,
and stuff. So,
right.
uh, when I was walking back, I thought it was my dad. He was waving me to grab his hand, and it probably took me about at least 5 minutes. I looked up, that wasn't my dad.
Damn.
So I started running, and then when I went back
Mm.
into the house, the person was at my front door for like maybe about like an hour, and my stepdad
What?
looked. Yeah, it was pretty
Oh my
scary.
god, that's really scary. Damn. Damn. Yeah, 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 that's some scary stuff. The
I've had
worst
a
I
lot
have
of
from
scary
like
encounters.
we used to live in a really, really bad area growing up too, like from 7 to about 12. And the last place we changed house like 3 or 4 times in that area. The last place we lived in, they tried to break in maybe 3 or 4 times, but they kept
Right.
on trying to break into the laundry, which was slightly detached from the house. So you got the back door, and then you turn to the left after you exit the back door, and there's the laundry. So they kept on breaking into that window, and that's where we kept both our dogs. So they got out there really quick. So we had a big German Shepherd and a bearded collie. So like they tried several times to break in, but they kept on going for the same window and getting chased off by our big dogs. So that was probably the worst that happened at that place.
Interesting.
Definitely no one waiting at my house for an hour,
Yeah,
and no gunshots.
I've had a lot of spooky experiences too. I remember when I lived in Arizona, I was living in like a
Mm.
really small apartment, and the area that the apartment complex was built on was like a really old Indian burial ground type thing of some of the sorts. I remember mom was looking back at it back in the day, and apparently it was really haunted because
Really?
yeah, there's like a neighbor across the street of the apartment. So the best way I can describe it looks like a big circle of just apartments, and the one down the street, uh, the boyfriend of the person he was dating, he murdered his partner and her family in the house, like
Oh,
down the
wow.
street. And
Damn.
there's like a string of just like all like these murders and crimes happening in that area. And at nighttime when you would go out, I remember I was sitting outside and you can just see people walking, but I remember when the night street lights would turn on, they weren't there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh wow, that's pretty scary.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Oh man, I wish I had something like that.
No, I've lived in really old houses, and oh man, I can't really. It's scary looking back at it. Like I remember, I lived in this really really old house that looks like something from like The Conjuring, and when you would walk in, it was all like brick inside. There's like brick walls with some like wallpaper on it, and the stairs were like these wide stairs. And when you would go up, there's like no windows in that little hallway. So you would just see this growing hallway of darkness going upwards. And it was the scariest thing at night. So there's two ways. When you go down the stairs, you turn
Mm.
right, you see the front door and the whole living room area completely black. And then when you turn left, there's like a weird doorway that goes to the second bathroom and then to the kitchen. And this kitchen looks like something from like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's absolutely horrifying. So I remember I had to go use the bathroom downstairs, and then when I went to turn off the light, I just felt something like was behind me, and like like that feeling when you turn off the light, you just start sprinting up the stairs and all that stuff. So everybody was trying to sleep in here, like dun 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 dun, me running up the stairs, and then slamming the door behind me thinking that I saw
Oh man.
something, but it was like an overwhelming feeling. Like there's like that playful feeling where you can just walk up the stairs in the dark and feel fine, but like felt like something was there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Wow, that's terrifying. Huh.
Have you had any paranormal stuff happen to you?
Nothing that I've seen. I've had several that I've heard. The first one was it was in that dodgy area we used to live in. I think it was our second house in the area.
Right.
We had family over and family friends or something, and I was the only one alone in the house. Everyone was outside for some reason. And next to my bedroom was the bathroom. And I remember like just hearing the tap turn on full blast, like just water, and then it was off again. It's not that
Okay.
scary when you say it out loud, but yeah, that place wasn't the greatest. Other times, like in Japan, when I've done urban exploring, I went to a was it an abandoned amusement park, and it was basically a Western themed amusement park. So like there was all these cowboy shit everywhere. And my two friends, we were in this costume shop. They're upstairs in the costume area, looking at all the different costumes, and I was downstairs just looking around, seeing what I could see. I hear these footsteps, like fast footsteps running past, and all my friends were upstairs. So like, I don't know, maybe there was a ghost there.
Right.
Uh, like very rapid fire running past. And I told my private student about it, a Japanese guy later, and he said, "Oh, that park's famous for being haunted. Like there's ghosts there. You shouldn't go there. It's dangerous." But
Huh.
yeah, there's that. And there's another time, urban exploring again. We were at this abandoned quarry, and we went down these stairs. It was just black. And my friend says, there was only two of us at the time. He's like, "Oh, let's turn off our lights and see how dark it is." So we turn off our lights. We walk forward a little bit, and we hear this the stereotypical zombie moan, the in front. And this type of guy he's not the type of guy to like pull a prank like that. So we ran the hell out of there. It was freaky. But like
Wow.
that's all my ghost stories are. Like they don't have much of a build up. Like they have more build up than an actual story. Like once you get to the story, that's it. I don't see anything. I just hear things. So yeah, no, I haven't had anything like that.
I have a pretty interesting story, and I remember it was in the old town that I used to live in when I was maybe about 14. Uh,
Mm.
there is a local urban legend called the Ghost Train, and you know, it's funny because I remember looking back at it. You know, it was a story about this like train conductor who went really mad, and when he would like drive the train at night, he would like throw like bombs and stuff out the window. And this is a real story too. I'm not sure if it's on the internet anywhere, but he would like throw bombs out the window at like people's houses. And then
What?
yeah, and then so as he was driving through the town, he had a quote unquote end plan. I'll say that. And he put like a bunch of TNT in the back of like his train or something. And then he tried to explode it, but it ended up exploding the train with him in it, and it damaged the town a little bit. And if you go around
Wow.
the town, there is parts of the town that look kind of like, still worn down, or there's like buildings that are like destroyed too, which are close to the train tracks and stuff. A lot of people say it's fake, and a lot of people say it's like not.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, it's interesting. And I
Whereabouts is
remember,
that?
so again,
Whereabouts is that?
this was in an old town. It's called Wilkes-Barre.
Mm.
Pretty interesting. It's not. It's
Throwing
not.
bombs from a train. Sounds like a video game villain.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like
But
one or the other, Jesus.
I remember me and my friends, we would go out at night to see if we could like see anything or something, and we went up by the train tracks, and me and my friends, we decided to go back to his car to get some stuff, and my other friend was waiting up there, and you can hear the sound of like a train at a distance, like the far distance. It's not very loud, but you know, you hear the sound of a train going by, and you hear like loudest like train noises. And we were running back up there, and my friend was sitting by a tree, and he was like looking in utter shock, and he's like because we wanted to go somewhere. He's like, was there a train? Did you see a train? And he was like, no. And he's had like this cracked look on his face. It's utterly
Yeah.
confusing sometimes looking back at it, because he doesn't really tell us what happened. He just kind of sat there and stared. But he also did a lot of
Wow,
drugs. That was
really?
also probably another problem of his.
Yeah, that adds to it. That adds to it for sure. Oh, I've been mentioned in the comments. Wow, you've only been narrating for a year, Papa Scare. Your growth is impressive. Thank you, Dodge82. Dodge this 82. It's actually almost 2 years now. Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years next month. So maybe it's not as impressive now.
Pretty exciting though. That's still a big achievement.
Well, yeah, especially since I was told I shouldn't try doing narrating because my voice is awful and no one wants to hear my voice. It's surprising I got over 100.
Weren't you saying there's a guy complaining about my voice on your channel? I've heard that through like numerous channels that people complain about my voice sometimes, and I don't know
Oh
why.
man, I've had so many people complain about your voice. I always say, nah, like I'm not gonna not tell him to come on. But it's all been most of it's been the same guy. He kept on finding ones that you're in. He's like, oh, it's Lucid Lupus again. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to download this and cut him out. So, and then he starts complaining. And then he starts complaining. He actually said, "Can't you tell him just to talk normally?" I'm like, "Nah, man. I'm not gonna tell him how to do his job. Who are you?" And then he said he hates Ouija board stories. Oh, because they're not real. So that's why I thought, nah, I'm gonna blow this guy's mind and get Lucid Lupus in to do Ouija board stories. I haven't heard from him since. He's been very quiet since I did that.
I don't know how most of the time now, I don't really try to do a voice. Most of the time when I do my stories, I'm legitimately either tired or I'm a little out of it from work or something. And most of the time it's just me really focused when I talk cuz like when I read stories I get like really intently into it. Um but back then when I did, I remember I would I would try to do some like I don't know, my voice is a lot deeper than when it was when I first started, so like I couldn't really do like a deep voice type thing. And
Yeah.
I remember my voice was a lot higher and like
Mm.
it just sounds like I'm gargling on freaking glass cuz when you go back to the older videos it's like hello, my name is Lucid Lupus and it was so atrocious.
Uh, but the thing is, like, I don't know why they complain. Like, firstly, most of us know each other and most of us are kind of friends. So, like,
Right.
why are you complaining to me? Like, I'm not going to tell my friend, don't come on my channel anymore because this one random idiot doesn't like your voice. And
Right.
secondly, like, a lot of us are just little guys starting out and trying to find our own voice to work out how to sound good. Like, my voice ain't always good either. But, like, we're not professional. Like, we don't have training. Like, we're trying to find how we want to sound. People just got to relax. It's free entertainment. What are you expecting? What do you want from us? Are you paying me? Why don't you just tell this and this to talk normally? Well, you paying me? Are you my boss? Jesus, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for like me, I don't really try to do a voice anymore. I just kind of, obviously, I don't, I don't record like yeah. So like, that type of thing. You know, I have to put on a certain. I think everybody has to kind of put on a certain facade to kind of amplify or show off more of their personality. Because I feel like if we're just like kind of
Yeah.
tired and slumped over, like I don't really type thing, it's like it's not really entertaining.
That's right. You have to have your own type of voice because it also builds consistency too. Like you can always go back to that voice for when you do narrations. Like I remember when I started out, I was trying to find what voice I wanted, and like it'd always be different. Like I'd either have drunk Eric or really Australian Eric. Oh damn it! Eric's just a random name. That's not my name. Oh damn it! I just added myself. But anyway, I'd either have like drunk Papa or out of it Papa. So like I started doing like a quieter voice because it meant I'd get less mouth noise and feedback with my condenser mics. That's the only reason I started doing the calm voice. But yeah, like also so it didn't sound different. But like he was commenting on like your old videos. Like the first time we worked together. Remember the boats one?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, hi Gans. Hi Jensen.
Hey,
Jensen's
Jensen.
also Eric.
My name is Plankton.
But yeah, that one, that's the one he complained about. Then he found, I think you were in my first Halloween one. He's
Right.
complaining about you there. And it's like, dude, these are old videos. Why are you complaining so much? But
Like,
yeah, I stopped replying to him after a while. But yeah, I haven't heard from him since I did the Lucid Lupus Ouija boards one.
I remember the voice that I use now, which is just I consider my normal voice and just slightly altered, uh, is one I've been using since like the end of 2020. Um, I notice a lot when I record that's not scripted. I say a lot. So like that's how you know I'm not really trying to do anything. So because I'm like yeah this well that
But yeah, yeah, lots of complaints. You're a trouble child.
a little bit. I mean I've had complaints on my voice from a few people. This was when I was starting out, so I didn't really know what sounded good. You know what I thought would sound good sounds like a dog shitting razor blades to someone else. Um, I had someone tell me that it sounds like I'm trying to gasp for air, which was true when I very first started because I didn't really have any good breath control, but I have taken vocal lessons for 4 years now. So at the time, I was trying to find how to extend my breath without like my sentences like disastrously like falling off.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly. I still do that. Like I plan how many words I'm going to say before I take a breath.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to read from here to here, then I'm going to gasp.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness. But yeah, no. Now I just it's just kind of like a thing I just do, like not really, even really subconsciously anymore, because I'm so used to just like reading something and then it sounds normal. You just gotta learn how to use your diaphragm.
yeah. Well, you got to learn where to get your voice from too. Like I teach normally, and I find I get a lot more control from the class when I have my voice coming from my chest. So I
Right.
just use that when I record as well. Just have my like teacher dad voice. I don't know how to explain it. You get more control from it. But yeah, just practice. It's
Yeah,
nothing. I don't know
definitely.
why. I don't know why people feel they need to complain so much about free entertainment. I'm just sick of it.
Exactly. Like, we're going to make it the way we feel. And if we like it, then that's how it's going to go. And and if it was a story of monetization or you had sponsors or something, obviously you have to adhere to some type of professional
Yeah,
standard.
exactly.
And even then, I still take what people say about me or my content or my voice, and I use that and use that to improve it. But, it gets to a certain point where I I don't owe you a service type thing. I'm doing what I'm doing because
Oh,
I love doing it, and I'm doing it at my, you know, free discretion because it's just what I like doing. If I'm not being paid for it, then like why like pressure someone that this sounds bad or whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Like every couple of months, I'll get someone coming in and saying, "Oh, I'm new to your channel. I like your narrations, but the deep voice at the start, I don't like it." Like I had one the other day. I like your narrations are good, but as an adult, I find the deep laugh at the start is awkward and childish or something. And like I had to bite my tongue. I wanted to say back, and then she's like, "Oh, some people don't take criticism too well, so don't get mad." And so I said, I wanted to reply, as an adult, you should know that you can skip these things. You don't have to listen to the intro. But I didn't. I bit my tongue and said, like, you don't I put timestamps. You don't have to listen to the intro. Like I don't know why they expect me to be exactly the same as every other channel. Like yeah, if I want to do an intro, I'm going to do an intro. You don't like the intro, just skip the intro. I always tell
Exactly.
these people like there's timestamps. There's timestamps. You can skip this. You don't have to listen to my intro, which is awkward as an adult to listen to. Like I enjoy doing it. Some people enjoy listening to it. Why can't I just do what I want? It's my channel.
I had some one dude. It was
Mm,
a keyboard warrior, mind you, who I
yeah.
knew definitely was living in some type of basement or room somewhere up yonder, and he was typing. He's like,
Dear Lucid Lupus, your content is good, but why do you breathe so much? And why do you sound like you have a stick up your ass?
it's like, I don't know. I don't actively think about that. You know what I mean?
How dare you breathe so much? You're a monster.
The breathing I can understand, but the other parts I don't know. Or I had someone tell
Yeah.
me, "Why do you do ghost stories so much?" I go, "Because I find them scary sometimes, and I like ghost stories." You know,
Like, come on, man. There's plenty of channels. Why you have to find one and complain about it? Just go somewhere else.
I got someone from an old lady, and she was like, "This is not safe for kids," and I'm like, "Okay, then don't watch it."
But did you mark it safe for kids?
No,
Then what is she talking about?
exactly.
Like we don't we can label it safe for kids and not safe for kids. If you're watching something that's not safe for kids, you can't say it's safe. It's bad because it's not safe for kids because you marked it as that.
Right. Dodge82 says, "Can we discuss getting feedback though? Like, what at point is it welcomed? Have you gotten any feedback that was helpful at Lucid Lupus and Papa Scare? Would you like to lead
Yeah, yeah.
the
Feedback's
question?
always
Go ahead."
helpful. I mean, like you don't know what you're doing wrong unless you get feedback. Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
if you cut your own hair and you don't have adequate mirrors, you don't know if the back of your head is cut or not without someone telling you it is. I
Exactly.
use that. Not many people get that because I don't get that out well, but like. I remember one time I cut my hair. I tried a different hairstyle because I've been cutting my own hair for years. And I asked my wife if the back was okay. And she said, yeah, it's fine. It wasn't fine. I got really mad. Like, you need proper feedback.
Exactly.
I've kind I
And with
derailed myself there.
exactly, like, feedback is always welcomed. It's two
Mm,
things to be demanding something, rather than just telling us simply something that you don't like and you would like this to be improved and so and so. You know what I mean? Um, I always appreciate any type of feedback, and I think all my feedback has grown, not only myself but the channel that I run to and the people that I work with. You're
mm.
more mindful of certain things because you're trying to maybe hopefully get into some type of profession with this, so you want to do it in the best way possible. A lot of stuff with the audio has helped, make my
It's
sound
definitely
the
helped
way
me
it
a lot.
sounds now.
Yeah, definitely the audio and like getting the right levels of music versus voice. I found feedback helps with that. Also, because I do visuals as well. Like, I had to tone down a lot of the visuals because it was giving people like seizures and stuff. So yeah,
Oh no,
that
what?
definitely does. Because I didn't know you could tone down the projector thing. So my old ones, when I started using the projector, I just had it on full bore. It
Oh
was like
no.
full shuddering and like
Oh
flashing lights,
no.
and so many complaints. So many complaints. I had to turn my phone upside down because your video was giving me seizures, stuff like
Oh
that.
no.
Not quite. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, I did get a lot of complaints about that. But it does help. Like, you don't, as I said, you don't know what the back of you looks like if you're only looking forward. So yeah, it's good to have other people behind you telling what it looks like. But yeah, feedback. Yeah, definitely audio a lot. Audio a lot, especially like going on bigger channels. I remember like first time I went on Mortis Media's channel. So many people complaining it sounds like I'm talking under a pillow or they can't hear me. Why is my voice so quiet? So yeah, it really, really does help.
Right. I'd say when I'm
Um,
approached by a bigger channel, it's kind of scary because it's like, oh, I exist.
mm, yeah, yeah, it is definitely scary. It's a bit of a shock. You don't know how to respond at first. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's kind of funny when you meet some people that I always find it really humbling and really nice when like people kind of talk to you, like, even though you're a small channel, you're like somehow to them like a really big channel. I think that's always a nice and sweet, gesture.
It is nice. I still consider myself really little.
Yeah, I do too. I consider
I'm
myself
still
little.
little. Yeah, we're both little guys. We'll get big guys one day, but we're both little guys.
Oh yeah,
Just little guys. But yeah, was that the question answered?
I think so.
What point is it? What point is it welcomed? I always try to respond to every. I'm still going on with this feedback thing. I try to respond to every comment I get to.
Yeah,
I've
that's what I try to
started
do.
not. I've started not doing it to some because some people comment like 3 times in one video. It's like, come on, man! I replied once. I'm not going to keep replying to you. You're annoying.
Right.
Unless they're replying to your reply, then that's fine. But if they have like 3 or 4 separate comments, it's like, come on, man! You're just being greedy now. Like, just put it in one comment. But yeah, like, even if they're criticizing my channel, like, I've turned around a couple of negative commenters who were criticizing like the content or the narrator I had as a guest. Like, I've turned them around and had them subscribe and be good fans because I just talk to them. I think communicating with the people who do take the time to comment is important, whether they're
Exactly.
dickheads or not. I find the ones who have the most aggressive comments usually won't reply. They
Yeah.
usually like with my first feral people video, I had so many people saying, "Why is he saying he's from America? He sounds British. What does this British guy know about America?" So many people. It's like, come on, man. They're not my stories. I'm just reading the stories. I'm reading what's on a paper. Why don't you get this? How do you not understand this? Oh, what does a British guy know about America? So many people. It got really tiring. So yeah, but like I always snapped back at them, and they usually shut up and didn't say anything after that. One person was she was a ranger. She actually was a park ranger. She got a bit pissed off about the whole topic of it. I said, well, if you actually look at my other videos, and if you look at this one, I labeled the other ones as true stories. This one I didn't label as true. And yeah,
Right.
she comments and watches a lot of my stuff now and gets all her range of friends to watch my stuff because I took the time to talk to her about it. I think that's important. Like a lot of the time, people
Exactly.
are just yelling into the void, but if you answer back, usually they realize it's a person.
Yeah, talking to your audience too is a big thing, and it goes a long way. Obviously, there has to be a point where you draw the line at certain points, but interacting with them in a positive way, and you know, they don't necessarily have to respond to everyone, but showing that you have that communication with your audience shows, it helps you grow a lot too.
And don't be afraid to block people. I had
Exactly.
one on I think it was my last demons video, and they were talking about the comment what was it, my intro. So my intro, like I always, as you know, I always do like a different quote or something, and the comment was, "Oh, was the introduction done by a demon with a disability or something?" Or something along those lines. I said, "That's not nice, mate. I've got family who have like disabilities, and they do not sound like that at all. What are you, a big man for punching down like that?" I just blocked him after that. I said something along those lines because you don't have to put up with something like that. If someone's like talking down to like a minority or someone with a disability, like just block them straight away. You don't need that shit on your channel.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think a lot of them don't expect to get a response. Yeah, it does take them off guard.
Oh yeah.
Does this? It definitely does. Oh, another one. I never shared this one on Twitter. It's too late to share it now. I thought this was fun. It was on my scary animal attacks video. The guy gave me a comment. I crap out shit scarier stories than this. So my response was, "Wow, big man. That's more of your diet than my stories, though. You should probably take care of your diet better." I thought that was clever. That was fun. He never responded. They never do. I crap out scarier stuff than this. Come on, man. What do you want from me? You want to pay me? I'll listen to you.
Exactly. I also dislike the random, like I try to respond to my DMs, you know, to the best I can. But
Mm,
it's just some of the random messages that, because I get messages every day from people, and the ones that
mm.
I find the funniest, or just the ones that I'm just like, nope. It's just when people send you links saying, check this out, thank you, or give a play, thank you, check my video out, please, thank you. It's just like,
Oh, you
bro,
get those DMs?
yeah, it's like, you're gonna take me out on a date first? I mean, I don't even know you.
I've only had a couple of them. Like I had, I think one, and it turned out he's a pretty decent channel too. And like I said, mate, you can't just go around DMing people about this. He's like, yeah, all right, sorry, I won't do that anymore. He's actually a really good channel now, but like sometimes people just are a bit over enthusiastic at the start, I guess.
Right.
But I don't get them that often, so I'm a bit forgiving with that type of stuff. It's your channel. You call the shots. You're completely yeah. I do. I block anyone whose interactions I don't want. If anyone's like too negative in my comments, I'm gonna black them. You're right, Rod Soil. Totally right. The question was answered. Yay! Thanks, Dodge this. Do we still have people watching?
I believe we do.
Oh, look at that. Four
Says we,
people.
says we about like 5 or 4.
Yeah, it was four because I'm one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm watching your video, man. So yeah, any more questions about stuff like that?
Yeah, I always find those questions interesting.
Yeah, yeah. This is the first time anyone's actually had me on to talk to them and actually asked me about their channel.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because I had that interview on Matt's chats and he didn't. That's when he stopped asking people about their channels, and I was all prepared to talk about my channel. I've been on MC Cheese channel and she didn't ask me about my channel at all. So it's nice to actually talk about my channel for once.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely, from my perspective, that's generally a question I ask everyone that comes on here. I don't know,
Mm,
because I think it's a good time's sake to just kind of tell you about you and what makes you you and what makes your stuff unique and stuff. And I always think it's nice to hear what makes people unique and personal in their own way and what they like to do. So it's always a pleasure to hear what makes you you.
Yeah, because I don't really talk about myself much outside of that, so how would anyone know what I'm like? I got a dude give me crap on one of my videos, and my other subscribers swooped in to defend me. Oh, nice. Good for you. No one defends me. I have to defend myself. Don't you normally join MC Pascal? No, I've only been on once, and I was really, really drunk. I do not remember what I said. I'm not going to listen back because I'm a bit worried because I drank a whole bottle of wine while talking to her.
Oh no.
So I'm not going. I'm not going back. It was my first day out of quarantine. I thought I'm going to get really drunk, and I went on MCT's chat and had a bottle of wine. I was just slugging the bottle of wine like classy, just straight out of the bottle. And I
Oh
was really
no.
drunk and just hassling. I was hassling her and hassling people in the audience. I was just a big drunk bully. uh, uh, Out of all the videos both of you have made, which ones are your favorite? I like my feral people ones. My feral people ones are my favorites.
I have to say, honestly, the Fetcher Buckles show.
Yeah, that is fun. I want to be back on that one. When are you going to get me back on that one?
I've been revising all of it. I'm gonna be using full body tracking to show the actual characters on screen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice. Nice. How are you getting the characters?
I'm
Like, just based on their...
gonna model them. A few of my friends are gonna help me create the avatars, and how it's gonna work is that we're gonna make in Blender and stuff. We're gonna make the apartment and different scenes. So in VR, I can see the space and I can actually live stream, so you can see the avatar that I'm moving around in, and you can see the space in real time, which is really cool.
Oh, nice. Are you going to do one for me?
Yeah, I want to create
Nice.
avatars for everybody that's already been on previously, and that is going to be on.
Oh, cool. I redid Papa Scare, by the way.
Ooh.
I did a new drawing of him. Like, I think it was day 100 and something of my draw every day thing. Like, I
Speaking
just
of which, what
redid it.
inspired your profile picture?
Uh, you know the ring wraiths?
Yes.
So like this is the party guy of the ring wraiths. It's a
Oh.
ring wraith. It's a ring wraith with a sense of humor. I don't know, man. Just teeth, like big teeth, lots of teeth. Teeth are creepy. I was going through a phase where I was into drawing teeth and working out how to draw teeth because I just found teeth kind of creepy. So teeth
Interesting.
with ring wraith. Yeah, I actually. That's the second version. Like I actually did a Papa Scare, like a quick mock-up before that. It was just me with a hood and a mask on.
Uh,
So that wasn't very good. Like
Mine
I like the
originally
Papa
was a
Scare now.
tree.
What?
Yeah, my original profile picture was a tree. And
Really?
then, yeah. And then when I came back in 2020, I kind of wanted him to be like a person or like an entity. And it was like just some like stock photo from like Google. And it was just some like dude in like a fedora, like all black. And you just see him in the distance and like in the fog. And then a funny story to the avatar that's on the screen right now. That's mine. That's my personal art that I got done by Yemen TV. And uh, I wanted to look up something that would stand out, that would fit the style that I go for in my channel, like old fashioned stuff. So I looked up on Google like free scary monster avatars, royalty free, whatever, and I saw this
Mm.
one. That I don't know if I can post it because I believe it's copyright stuff. I don't believe so 100% because it was in the free stock stuff that I found.
Mm.
Um, just throwing that out there right now so nobody tries anything. It was free to use,
Mm.
but I used that one and it looks similar to this, but it was a dude in a black mask with like sharp teeth and like these venom looking eyes and like a suit with a checkered tie striped. And I thought that looked really cool. I'm like, that can fit my voice avatar, you know? That could be the voice for that in particular. And then Mad Chatter drew a different alteration of it for a story that we did, and that was like my new favorite profile picture. And then I got a message from someone, a narrator who doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, and
He goes, "Yo, the picture that you're using is from like a band that no longer exists." And I'm like, "Really?"
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I don't remember which band it was, but it's funny to look back that my avatar is heavily based off of a old band like mascot, apparently.
Oh, nice. Wow. uh, have either of you thought about reaching out to being scared about joining the crew on chilling? I don't think they'd take me. I'm too much of a little guy.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and plus I don't think I'm consistent enough to be on that chat on that with them. Just a little guy. We're just little guys.
We don't make much. I make about 40 cents.
I'm doing alright, but like still little guy. Are you getting paid now?
No, I was jokingly. That's pretty much my estimate if I were to get monetized.
Oh, you'd probably get some, maybe $1.
Oh yeah. I did have Patreon for a while, and probably got like 2 viewers, but I decided to pause my stuff because I just wasn't really on it, and I wasn't really consistent with my channel at the time. I plan on doing that again in the future, though, if I do get time, because I want to make this something full time, not YouTube in general, but just voice acting in general.
Why did you get rid of your Patreon?
Oh, I didn't get rid of it; it's still up there, but I just
Oh,
kind
okay.
of paused all this stuff.
I've got a Patreon. Like I don't really promote it. I don't really do anything extra for people, but like people still give me money to help support the channel, which is nice.
Yeah, that
So it
definitely is a plus.
helped me buy my new mic, helped me buy the cloud lifter, helped me buy my new amp. So like it definitely helps a lot. Like I use all that money to go towards improving the channel and buying games.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So,
Usually, any money that I get that's like not sometimes from work or wherever I use for like, like a microphone or new keyboard or something to kind of
yeah,
improve everything, or new software in general.
yeah. Like I went through years not having my own money because I don't know, man. I've got a weird wife. So this is my first time having my own money. So like I've been buying games every once in a while, but the rest of it goes towards equipment. That's sad, Papa Scare. Yeah, I sat with Matt Chats too and had to keep asking him to talk about my channel too. Yeah, we wanted to talk about the solar system and Jupiter and stuff. It was weird. I was all ready to talk about my channel. Did you go on Matt's Chats, Lucid?
I did not.
No. That's weird.
I don't even think I know who that is, to be honest.
Oh, he was interviewing people in the horror community for a while, and
Oh,
then he just stopped.
he approached me.
And
I
then he
think
just stopped.
I think he left.
Yeah, he stopped doing it.
He was
It's,
he was blowing up for quite a bit.
yeah, he was doing it right, and then just stopped. It was nice being interviewed too.
Yeah.
I like being interviewed. I feel important.
He had a Mortis Media interview and a Mr. Creepypasta one too.
Let's Read too. Let's Read was on there.
Yeah, him too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of sucked he just stopped.
Oh my god, he just kept wanting to talk about drugs.
Oh no.
Really? Oh. Oh, that's not good. Vendetta Dylan is going to bed. Good night, Dylan.
Ew, I have to go to bed in like 30 minutes.
You do?
Yeah, unfortunately, in 30 minutes, I have to go to bed.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I gotta get ready for the rest of the day too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's daytime.
It's daytime. It's 10:50 in the morning.
Oh, really? It was 10:50 in the morning,
Yeah.
like hours ago.
No, it's not. I live in the future, man. It's Wednesday here.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. I'm a future guy.
How is it living in the future?
There's a lot less jetpacks. Cars still can't fly. We still also have the plague. You'd think the future would have cured it by now, but we haven't.
No.
Yeah, it's just not what it cracked up to be. We got another question from Jacqueline Mariah. Do you guys get to see what sort of viewers you get, like ages and whatnot? Is it super random or pretty uniform? Yeah, we can check analytics and see what ages, male, female, not registered, not recorded. I can't remember what the term is. Is it super random or pretty uniform? Like, how do you check your analytics for your age your audience, Lucid?
Sometimes I'll generally look at what countries
Mhm.
watch my stuff, and it's pretty uniform. I think. So I've had some random places. I had Cambodia, I believe it was in Africa.
Oh
Someone
yeah.
watching my video there. Yeah, I've had so many people watch my videos in all parts of the country. I believe there was, I believe it was Taiwan. Um,
Oh, cool.
a lot of different places, a lot of different countries. I've had probably about like maybe 30 different countries.
Yeah, at the moment, my top geographies are United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and India. I'm popular with the Indians. My age
Cool.
range, the most are 25 to 34 years old, and also 35 to 44 years old. I'm not popular with 13 to 17-year-olds. That's zero. I'm not popular with the kids, mate. That's sad. Let's see. I'm looking at my analytics right now. And I think that's it. And slightly more female than male. And 0.2% user specified. So yeah, we can check all this. It doesn't mean that much because it's not always updated on the spot, I think.
Right.
So yeah, there you go. Tell us the winning lottery numbers, Papa Scare. All right, what country or what part do you want the winning lottery numbers for? Dodge this, I'll tell you. I can't tell you unless you tell me where for. She's not going to find out then.
No lottery for you.
No lottery for you. You missed your chance. I'm from the future, remember? Oh, I know a lot of dudes watch but won't commit to subscribing. Yeah, guys don't commit to much. Um, so what's new? What we got coming up next then, Lucid?
I have a lot of documentary stuff coming out. Little mini documentaries that are maybe like 30, 45 minutes long.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, I kind of want to do like next post style videos with
Oh,
documentaries.
cool.
Yeah, I've oh my god, there's people who screaming outside. Jesus. Um, yeah, that's the college kids. But I plan on
I
just
can't
doing.
hear them.
That's because I have my noise gate on.
Oh, nice.
But I plan on doing more stories. Kind of not stepping away from stories completely, but I'm kind of just branching out new stuff too that has to do with horror and like story type stuff, like video games, like horror games. The Fajar Bako show is coming back. I can't say when because I don't know yet.
Mm.
But I've been collabing with a lot of people recently, so that's been fun.
Yeah, I noticed the week that you collabed with me, you're like popping up everywhere else as well.
I know.
Like you were all over the place that week.
Starting my reign of terror again.
Yeah, man, it was Lucid week. You were everywhere. It's very impressive.
I have a
And you even
weird
got your
reign.
you got your audio back to me really quickly too.
Yeah, I had I get brief moments of crackness where like I just want to get so much done and I do it really quickly and
Nice,
efficiently.
nice. It's
It's
hard to
gonna be one
keep
of
up
those
though. Huh?
weeks next week.
Oh, cool. Jacqueline Mariah is ahead of me in Australia. Yeah, yeah. Australia's no daylight savings now, so they're an hour behind me. Ahead. They're ahead. I always mix that up. So Australia's even more in the future than Japan. You wouldn't expect it, but they're more futuristic than Japan.
So, are there any more questions from you folks? I think in about 5 minutes, gonna wrap things up here for the night. Any more questions for Papa Scare and his wondrous life tales?
Life tales.
I do think this was really fun though tonight. A lot of funny laughter. I definitely haven't chuckled a good bit.
Yeah, I like laughing. Laughing's fun. It's good for your
Mm.
mental health.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's
Dodge's
gone
Avatar
quiet.
says, nervous laugh.
All right. I'll give us some random numbers then, okay? So you ready to dodge this 82? I'll give you some random lottery numbers. 82, 41, 56, 13, 21, and 7. There you go. You're going to win something with that. I can't say where, but they're winning numbers for sure. 100%.
Rod Soil says, "Who's your favorite pile of dirt?" There's only one answer here. That's pretty funny.
Are you offering to speak to more people about your channel, Papa Scare? What do you mean? You want me to be on your channel to talk about my channel? Are you going to interview me? Oh man, that pause when you're waiting for an answer
Yeah.
makes me nervous. So you want to finish at 11 then?
Say it. Yes, at 10 o'clock. My time. Which is in about 2 minutes.
Nice. 25% of what I win. All right. But I can't say exactly where those lottery numbers are for Dodge this. It might be India, might be Zimbabwe, it might be Bangladesh. I don't know. So just
Some very
just put a
specific
dollar on
answers.
everything. Yeah, they're
Drain your whole
definitely
bank
winning
account.
lottery numbers. Yeah, just put a dollar everywhere. Like all the lotteries you can find, just those numbers. They're going to win for sure. Just, I don't know where. You never know. But yeah, 25%, that sounds good. That's a fair deal. I can live with that. I'll give you my PayPal later. You can just give me the money later.
Well, with that wrapping up, Jacqueline Mariah says, "Thank you for your channels. Appreciate the time and effort you all put in." Well, thank you. We all try very hard.
Yeah, thank you. It does. There is a lot of time that goes into it. Like a lot of people think we're just recording and putting it on the internet, but there is a lot of time, especially in like the editing and cleaning it up and stuff. That takes forever. During my quarantine week, I recorded, I think, just audio for maybe 4 videos, and I haven't edited all of that yet because I hate editing. It's just like a daunting task ahead of me. Don't want to do it.
Alrighty then, Papa Scare. Thank you for joining me this evening. I do think this was really fun. We need to definitely do this again with MCT or Lady in here. I think that'd be a very interesting evening.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll be on. But I can only do these type of times though. So if you want
Oh,
earlier,
yeah.
I can't really do it.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. These times are fine for me.
I'm a bit of a princess. You have to cater towards me.
Alrighty, well.
But yeah, love it. Be very happy to join you again. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining me, folks, this evening. My name is Lucid Lupus, and this is Papa Scare, and we shall see you guys around.
Bye.
Okay, I think we're off. Well, temporarily, they can't hear you or me though. I'm pretty positive. But